Wait. Good morning, folks. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, in the lovely rolling and green hills, kind of Middle Tennessee. It's that time of the month where we have the Shelbyville-Bedford County Partnership, the economic engine here in Bedford County, and representing the partnership today is their Vice President, Kelly North. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Scott. Thanks so much for having me today.
I'm looking at the laundry list of things to talk about, and this is a 30-minute show. Maybe we need to make it an hour long, but that's always good because you guys are obviously out there leading the charge on so many different areas. Why don't you kind of just remind our listening audience kind of a short breakdown of the different divisions or the different things, programs, not each individual program, but kind of the different areas that you guys work at the partnership.
Sure, and then as you know, there's always a lot going on at the partnership. We've always got something that's
Have you been bored yet?
No, not at all.
I don't think
not
so.
At all.
Okay.
We are the economic development agency for Shelbyville and Bedford County. We cover economic development, workforce development, tourism. The Chamber of Commerce falls within our organization, and we're involved with the Shelbyville-Bedford Community Foundation as well.
So let's take these one at a time.
Sure.
How's that? Now, on the economic development side, I know that would include one of like 3 or 4 things, right?
Absolutely. So primarily that's a focus on industrial recruitment, so like new manufacturing opportunities recruited to the community. But we put a hard focus on business retention and expansion.
That's probably number one, right?
Yes.
I mean, the folks that are already here,
yes,
providing jobs in our community, taking care of them, right?
Yes, we want to make sure that they have the tools and resources that they need and the people to thrive and grow in our community.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute because that's workforce development.
That's right.
It all kind of threads together,
yes.
doesn't it? And so business retention and expansion and just
industrial recruitment, retail recruitment, bringing new businesses and jobs to the community.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times folks just think of economic development as bringing a factory here or something, but it's a lot more than that.
So much more.
I mean, because that doesn't happen very often.
Right.
In any community this size, that's actually unusual almost.
Yes.
So it's more about the folks that are already here. And because a lot of them end up with expansion plans.
Sure. We have.
And you want to work with them because you can work with them on incentives and grants and things like that.
Well, we have a plethora of companies in Bedford County, and they all.
Plethora?
I could if you gave me just a minute and a dictionary.
Brandon's laughing because I use that word a lot here, and I can't spell it. So go ahead.
So we have a wide variety of companies in Bedford County, and they all have unique needs.
They do.
Right. So one company might be looking for a specific skill set. Another company might be looking to grow and expand their business, and we want to be that one-stop shop provider of resources to support those needs.
And is that something you guys periodically meet with industry, or how do you do that?
Regularly. So we have regular visits. Just a few weeks
ago. Not periodic, regular.
Regular, yes. Just a few.
Keep that line of communication open.
Yeah, absolutely. We were out at Hiley Morelli a few weeks ago and had an opportunity to do a plant tour and meet with their new plant manager and HR director, and had very good conversation about what it is that they're looking for in terms of being able to grow their business in the future. So that's a regular undertaking for us.
Outstanding. And you guys do it well.
Well, and it leads right into workforce development.
I was going to say, because obviously one of the things and this is a huge issue across the whole country, right?
Yes.
Is making sure that you can have all the jobs in the world, but if you don't have the people or the right training, right, or skill set.
Skills are critical.
It just doesn't matter, right? So how do you guys help industry do that here?
So, when we have those business retention and expansion visits, we just run through a series of fact-finding questions. We want to understand what specific skill sets they're looking for, whether that's technical skills or soft skills. Soft skills is one of those things that people kind of run when they hear the term, but those are things like being able to communicate, effectively working in a team, having some leadership ability or supervisor skills. So we're trying to identify what those direct needs are. And again, they're different for every company. And so once we're able to get a line on what the company is looking for, we're able to make the reasonable connections, right? So if a company needs industrial maintenance training, we'll connect them with Tennessee College of Applied Technology. If they're looking for supervisor development, so they want to build some supervisor skills among their production supervisors, we'll connect them with Motlow State Community College, and these post-secondary institutions can build specific training to fit each company's needs.
And I think TCAT, or the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, and for some of our listening audience, that's the old VOTEC.
Yes.
Vocational Technical. We don't call it that anymore.
That's right.
But for some of our folks out there, they'll know what we're talking about.
Yes.
And of course, we have that at the post-high school graduate level
Yes.
here. As a matter of fact, we're building, or the state is building, a state-of-the-art. I know they looked at locating 3 really large TCATs around the state, and thanks to Representative Marsh and Senator Reeves, we got one of the 3 in the whole state, and there's 95 counties right here going in on 231 North near the industrial
Yes,
park,
many
right?
thanks to Representative Marsh and Senator Reeves. I don't think it can be understated what an asset having a Tennessee College of Applied Technology is to our community.
Well, and I know TCATs over the years have gotten very responsive on doing programs that are needed of course, they don't work for just Bedford County. They have other counties
Sure.
under what they're doing, but they do entertain, like I know for years, a lot of the factories here have plastic injection molding issues, and they need skill sets in that area, right?
Absolutely. And one of the great things about a TCAT is that they can specifically design curriculum to fit your company's exact needs. So if you have a process or a particular software program that you use that might be different than industry standards, they can work directly with you to build out that programming to support your company's training needs.
What a great resource to have, and have right here in Bedford County.
Yes.
And we're really looking forward. I think that new TCAT's not supposed to open for roughly another year or something
Right.
like that. But we're really looking forward to that.
But if you've been down that 231 North corridor, you see that beautiful building that's going
you
up.
Absolutely can see progress
Yes.
out there on making that happen. So looking forward to that, and we do want to thank our representative, Senator, again for making that happen. I know you guys also spend a lot of time working with our Bedford County school system.
Yes, that's correct.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure. You have to give kudos to Bedford County Schools anytime I get an opportunity to, because they are taking such intentional steps to help put our students on pathways to gainful employment. And so the way they've built out their career technical education programming has over the course
CTE, what they call it, but
over the last couple of years.
The old VOTEC, by the way.
It was a co-op when I was in school, and we either had to go on select the college or the career path, and had just a couple options. So there was automotive, there was welding, there was drafting and cosmetology,
carpentry,
yes,
maybe
home ec.
Home ec, I remember that. Yeah.
But now within the school system, there's aviation maintenance. There's a culinary and hospitality program to support tourism.
I remember Dr. Garrett talking about the culinary. That was a shocker that they had something that was that interesting, because there's a huge need for that.
There is a huge need, and one of the things that I feel like is a little known fact about Bedford County is that we are rapidly becoming a destination community with Nearest Green Distillery, the Bell Buckle Craft Fair that's happening this weekend.
The venues we're going to have on the square.
The celebration, the venues we're going to have on the square. So we're going to need
Glass Hollow, Grindstone Cowboy. We're going to throw names out there.
Yes, absolutely. And we need to build up the skill sets and prepare our students to take jobs in those industries.
Well, it benefits those industries, but it benefits the individual because they can make a decent living and support their family or whatever, and be able to do that and be productive citizens here in Bedford County.
Absolutely. Everybody deserves to make a living wage, and sometimes that takes some additional skills above and beyond high school to do.
Well, I do always say that, we do have a lot of opportunity to gain those skills here in Bedford County. You got to have the initiative to do it.
Yes.
So reach out. And, there's just so many different ways. You can go to college. You can go to TCAT. You can study CTE courses in high school. In this community, we offer folks a plethora of ways to.
Can you spell that word?
That's like a whole bunch, folks. That's it. It's wide and it's diverse.
Yes.
What they can do to earn a living here and have a career, not just earn a living, but have a career.
Have a career.
And have skill sets that make a decent wage. So
yes.
And I know you guys are an integral part of that with the workforce. To me, workforce development is as critical as economic development.
Sure.
Because I mean, once you get industry or businesses, or it could even be retail, you got to have obviously the workforce to make that happen for all of our folks that are invested in this community.
So I've had an opportunity to do a lot of training as it relates to, or participate in a lot of training myself as it relates to workforce development. And one of the number one things that I hear that when a company is looking to recruit or expand their business in an area, one of the number one things they're looking for is, are they going to have an available workforce?
I would think that anybody that's going to locate in the community, they're going to take a look at that hard.
Yes.
They're going to look at what's available in the community as far as education and training. They're going to look at the unemployment rate or the employment rate or their employable rate, whatever you want to call it, and what are the skill sets in the community.
Well, people are any company's number one asset.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah, and if you're a successful business, you never forget that.
That's
and
right.
We do have a lot of the local businesses here. I know have well-deserved reputation at taking care of their people.
Oh, there are so many amazing companies to work for in Bedford County, and the cultures that they've developed. They understand that if they take care of their people are going to take care of them.
Exactly. Yes. It's not a short-term thing.
That's right.
Some accountant there sharpening a pencil going, oh, man, we can save $1 an hour here.
Yes.
Oh, well, we keep losing people. But I think when folks look at that kind of thing, they're obviously a lot more successful in the long run.
Yes.
It costs them a little more up front.
Well, and when you're a business owner, you have to think about the long run. I mean, I know that there are immediate things you have to deal with, day-to-day operations. There are short-term goals that you've got to set. But if you want to be sustainable, you got to think about what is going to best serve the business in the long run.
Yeah.
Yes, best serve the business in the long run.
Absolutely. Folks, we're talking to Kelly North, the Vice President of the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, the economic engine here in Bedford County. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back.
Hey, listen up. Kincaid's is currently having a big closeout sale on all furniture. Take advantage of deals on a huge inventory of name brands like Flex Steel, Jackson, Catnapper, Ashley, Ardent Home, and so much more. It's time to stop by Kincaid's and shop the huge inventory during their big closeout sale while supplies last. Buy local with Kincaid's, offering financing and free local delivery. Located on the Kincaid corner on Madison Street in Shelbyville. Kincaid Service Company, where service is their middle name.
At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, directly across from the U.S. Post Office, 931-684-2020.
This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. It's that time of the month where we have a representative from the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, Economic Engine. Today we have Vice President Kelly North in here talking about the different divisions and different things and work they do here in Bedford County to make it a better place to live and work. And, you know, just looking at you, looking back personally, you've been involved with this a lot more than the Bedford Partnership, because you started at the Bedford County Chamber, Shelbyville-Bedford County Chamber of Commerce 7-8 years ago.
That's right, I did.
I'm trying to remember
2016.
how long. 2016.
Yes.
So 8 years ago.
Yes.
So you've been at this a while.
Started as an intern.
Yes. Working with Alan Pittner down
That's
there,
right.
and some of the other folks. I know. What's your master? I know you got a master's degree. What's it in?
So my master's degree is in nonprofit management.
Well, there you go. 'Cause you guys are a 501c. You're a nonprofit.
Well, and my bachelor's degree is in entrepreneurship. And so when I was in school, it was important to me to find, I had to do an internship, and it was important to me to find an opportunity that kind of fell in line with my education. And so since my education was surrounded by small business. It was really focused on small business, that entrepreneurship piece. Falling in line with the chamber was just, it was perfect.
It was a good fit.
It was a great opportunity.
Good deal. And I know that when the partnership formed, they hired you to come work there because of your background and experience and doing all that stuff. So congratulations. Now, before we went to the break, we were talking about workforce development. We were talking about you guys working with TCAT, MTSU, Motlow, of course, the Bedford County school system. And another piece to the pie, which is becoming larger all the time. And you mentioned that, you hinted at it earlier, because Shelbyville, folks just don't realize we are becoming a destination for folks to come, enjoy themselves, spend money, and then leave.
Yes.
We like those kind of tax dollars because that's sales tax.
That's right.
But we don't have to educate their kids.
Yes.
Because they leave. So tourism, folks don't realize those kind of funding for, at least for government in the community. But it's like you mentioned, the celebration, the walking horse venue out there, 100 acres of, and there's a lot more than just walking horse stuff that goes on out there. It's very diversified on what happens. And when those folks come to town, what do? They eat in our restaurants.
That's right.
They stay in our hotels, motels.
They shop at our stores.
And so they kind of help drive that economic engine here for our local businesses. And at the same time, they're paying sales tax while they're here, which gets put back into the community to be able to have support services and things like that.
Yes, so, and we like that very much. So
we've got, I know, of course, we have Uncle Nearest out here on 231 North, and, of course, they just keep growing all the time.
Yes, they're
just kind of really getting, they've been going for a while, but they've got a lot bigger plans, I think.
Well, and again, we talk about assets to the community. What a phenomenal asset to have in this community that brings in literal hundreds of thousands of people every year.
Well, and we'll say that, the Weavers that own that, they really got invested in the community here. And they're doing a lot of good work here.
Yes, they are.
And we appreciate them coming to town and doing that. And if you hadn't been through Uncle Nearest out there, it doesn't matter if you drink alcohol or not. It's just a neat thing to go out there and tour and see what the process is.
And learn about the history of whiskey.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because Middle Tennessee is known for that, not just Kentucky.
Yes.
We like to claim that down here in Middle Tennessee. And it's just a neat venue out there to be able to see it, and folks are out there all the time, and I think that's just going to expand more and more.
Without a doubt.
And they also do have the world's longest bar out there.
Yes, the Humble Baron.
That's by the World Guinness Book of Records.
That's a legitimate, official.
And folks, like I said again, you don't even have to drink. That's a great music venue out there. And go out there and enjoy the music that they have, and it's just a great place to be. But I know we got a lot of people come from out of town. Going to visit that. And then, of course, we have Celebration Grounds. Warren Wells and his staff out there.
Doing a phenomenal job. I have seen just over the last week advertisements roll through my social media feed about different kinds of rodeos. I think that maybe there's a Hispanic rodeo that's happening sometime in the next couple weeks. There's monster truck events that are
very diverse.
Yes.
There's a lot going on, and Warren and his staff do a great job out there of making that happen. And when you think about it, folks, and a lot of times there's a little traffic that comes with that. Not a lot of traffic, but a little more traffic. But it's bringing well-infused capital or money into this community and helping our businesses. When we do it well at Celebration Grounds, local businesses do well.
That's right.
And I know you guys work closely with Warren and his staff out there.
Well, and they're kind enough to support our 8th grade career exploration fair that happens at Cooper Steel Arena every year.
Why don't you explain what that is?
Sure. So
you're starting at 8th grade.
Yes. This is for our middle school students.
Right. Before they get to high school.
Before they get to high school and pick their high school courses, they get an opportunity to meet with local businesses in the community and learn about the career opportunities that are available to them right here in Bedford County. 8 years.
Gee, that coincides with when you showed up at the Chamber of Commerce. No, what I like about that program, and I've been to it, is you get young people thinking early on
Well,
in other words, they're just not ready to graduate and go out the door and go, I wonder what I'm going to do.
Well, it
gives exposure to
it's a little unrealistic to think that an 17, 18-year-old knows exactly what they want to do for the next 40 years as soon as they graduate high school. So we've got to introduce them to things. And our businesses do a great job of providing
how many different businesses and government agencies do you get to come out
usually
there?
25 to 30.
Okay, so
and that's across all sectors.
Because I know that's everything from industry to public safety to you name it, right?
And we have had, our businesses do a great job on immersive and engaging visits. So we have had live chickens. We have had crime scenes. We have had CPR dummies and Bedford County EMS equipment within the building for the students to kind of check out and crawl around in. They do an outstanding job of giving those students a real inside look.
And that's part of the workforce development.
Yes.
Okay.
We sidetracked a little bit.
We did, but I'm glad you brought that up because, like I said, I've been to that, and what a great opportunity for our young people here. And I know you partner with the school system on that, as well as Celebration Grounds and all the businesses. It takes a lot to bring that all together, but I do know it's fun to watch the young people go through, and their eyes kind of bug out a little bit, and they kind of get a good exposure to a lot of different things that they may not have thought about.
Sure. I mean, you might have a student that wants to be in healthcare, but doesn't realize that they might have to see some less than pleasant things.
Well, it's not like TV.
It's not Grey's Anatomy in real life. And so these opportunities can give them a good inside look.
Absolutely. All right, back to tourism.
Yes.
We went to workforce development there, but on tourism, and of course, with Glass Hollow opening up on the square.
Oh, wow. Have you been yet? I have not been there to
eat yet, but I'm in a little dinner group, and we've all talked about that's the next venue we need to go to. And of course, Grindstone Cowboy next door, which is a different type of venue. I guess that'll maybe be open with a year. So I firmly believe that kind of, those folks at Glass Hollow have invested a lot of time and effort and money.
If you have not been, Bedford County, if you have not been to Glass Hollow, now I've not had the opportunity to eat there yet, but I have been in the building and seen the mercantile, and
they've kept the old brick walls, they've kept the wood plank floors. For those of you that recall it as Knox Pitts Hardware forever, which it was neat for me because the day you all had ribbon cutting out there, I went and I noticed one of the gentlemen in there who I knew, he worked in that building for years at Knox Pitts, and it was just a neat for him to go in there and be able to visit that. And folks, I would highly encourage you to go to Glass Hollow.
Yes.
And experience that. And I do believe this, when that, and you get Grindstone Cowboy open next door. It used to be a lot of people go, where you want to go in Murfreesboro? Murfreesboro people are going to go, let's go to Shelbyville.
Yes, absolutely.
I absolutely believe that's going to happen. As that reputation and experience happens more and more, we'll get folks coming here instead of us going there.
Again. Destination. We are rapidly becoming a destination.
Come on, folks, spend the money, support our businesses, and pay our sales tax.
Yes.
And get out of here. So, and of course, the Weavers have some plans for down near the square as well. That'll enhance it even more.
Yes.
So we're really, I tell you, the square and the 20 years since I retired from the military and moved back here, as folks have really put a lot of time, effort, and money to revitalize that square down there. And you know what? There's something we need to talk about that's going to happen on the square on December 3rd. A good transition. Go ahead, Kelly. Why don't you tell our listening audience what we're going to have? Seriously.
So we have an amazing event that is happening on the square on December 3rd, and this is the courthouse tree lighting event.
It's a lot more than that.
It is a lot.
I don't even want to call it a tree lighting event. It's a Christmas event.
It is. It's a Bedford County Christmas.
Yep.
And we are excited to light up the courthouse square and to kick off the holiday season. And folks will be able to come down and enjoy live music. There is a fireworks display. Santa will be there. Christmas characters for the kids and lots of fun Christmas activities. And this is a community event that our Chamber of Commerce and Dana Rodriguez, who is our chamber director, is doing a phenomenal job with the programming that she is overseeing and implementing for the small business community. But this is a very exciting event. It'll probably be one of the biggest Christmas events that I've had an opportunity to attend in as many years.
I heard a thing. There might be some reindeer there.
There might be some live reindeer.
Imagine that, Middle Tennessee.
There might be a special appearance by Santa.
Last year you guys kind of on last minute put on a really big event for Christmas tree lighting,
yes.
and there were hundreds of people there. I assume I would say with this, and as you guys get the word out, I know you got a group that's been working very hard from a cross-section of the community to put this on, and I know the merchants on the square appreciate that.
Yes.
It's going to bring a lot of folks. I can see this. We've had a great Christmas parade here for decades, and I can see this event becoming, because this is complimentary. It's on a different day.
Yes.
Because you couldn't have them both on the same day.
Right.
It's just be too crowded. But what a great event!
And entry to this event is free to the public. There's going to be so many activities on the square that day.
Free. Hey, I heard the old popcorn stand is going to be open.
I heard the old popcorn
stand. For you older folks
too.
here, you remember the popcorn stand, and we appreciate the Landers doing that. Mm-hmm. But bring that on out and do that. And, of course, it does cost a lot of money to put something like this on, and we want to thank the Bedford County Commission,
yes,
who provided a donation out of their tourism funds. Mm-hmm. It has to be spent on something like this, and the city of Shelbyville,
that's right,
which also has a tourism fund, and they've partnered with the county to provide a like amount of money to help put this on for the folks here in our community.
Yes, and
I want to thank both governments for doing that.
And we're very thankful for both of our local municipalities for their participation in this event. And this truly is a community event, and we're working.
It really is.
It really, really is. I mean, we have partnerships with Nearest Green Distillery. They're working on our planning committee, and Elaborate Images. Marsha Howard is on our planning committee. The Bedford County Emergency Management Agency is supporting the event. So, I mean, when we talk about it being a community event, it truly is a community event.
It's going to be big when you have to have monthly planning meetings.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, weekly planning meetings to do that. So, folks, just a reminder, that'll be on December 3rd. I believe it's a Tuesday night.
It's a Tuesday.
And it's... I know the tree lighting's like maybe around 6:30 roughly or something like that.
Around 6:15.
But there'll be events for 2 hours before that.
Live music, choirs, fireworks display, Santa, reindeer, carriage rides. Yes, please.
Oh, carriage rides.
Yes,
forgot about
please
that part.
Come on out and
what a great
enjoy
thing
this
for
event.
For grandparents, parents, and children to come out and enjoy in our community. And our public square is actually been a model for all over the country and how it's done. So come on out for December 3rd, put on by the Chamber of Commerce, but with a whole lot of partners in the community to include our city and county governments. Kelly, we got about 3 or 4 minutes left. What else do you want to talk about? I know I know you didn't even got to talk about the chamber stuff yet, except for that event. So
since we're on the chamber, let's wrap it up with that, Scott. Equally important to taking care of our large manufacturers and our biggest employers is to take care of small business.
Absolutely. And you're a small business person. You own a small business.
Yes, I'm a small
so you're very
business
familiar
owner.
with this.
I certainly am. And, Dana has implemented several new programs through the Chamber of Commerce. Dana Rodriguez is our chamber director. Yep. And the goal truly is to bring value back to our memberships and provide connections to valuable resources. So, for example, we do a small business workshop once a month. And this month, Pinnacle Bank will be talking about asset protection and retirement planning. Later this month, we will have the Tennessee Small Business Development Center that will come in and provide counseling support and services to small businesses in Bedford County.
What a great idea. Because, you may have a great idea for a business and you're passionate about it, but you better know the other side of it, too, the financial part.
Oh, yes. There's so many things that
where you can get resources from, and that's what they help do, all that, right?
Yes, there's so many things that go along with operating a small business that you want to make sure you got your line on all of them. There's a Shop Local campaign that's happening right now called Bedford Business Fest, and so there's an opportunity for local shoppers. If you visit local chamber businesses, you will be put in a drawing to win $500 at the end of the month.
Right.
So if you're interested interested in participating in becoming a member of the Chamber of Commerce, participating in any of these events that are open to the public, please reach out to Dana at the Chamber, and she can answer any questions that you might have and get you plugged in and involved. And
I'm really excited about where the Chamber's headed.
Yes.
I really am.
Me too.
There's a lot of growth in there, a lot of events. I know you guys are also at the Chamber, have partnered with county government, and now are basically in charge of all the special events held on a courthouse square, right?
We do oversee the courthouse lawn.
In partnership with the mayor's office.
Absolutely, yes. And I think it's important to note that for those folks that have been involved in the Chamber and know about the Chamber for many years, the 30th annual Holiday Mixer will happen on November 26th at Glass Hollow Table and Tavern.
Outstanding.
Yes.
What a great venue to have that at. 30th?
30th.
Has it been 30?
I think it has.
What a great tradition. So what day is that on again?
That is November 26th.
November 26th. Okay. For you Chamber members, make sure you put that. I'm sure there'll be an email going out to remind you of all that good stuff and what's going on. And last but not least, you have the foundation.
Yes. So our Shelbyville-Bedford Community Foundation supports projects that enhance education, quality of life, and quality of place. And so in the coming weeks, the community will start to see information about certain projects that are happening, such as the Connected Community 5K. The Connected Community 5K is a race that is being put on in partnership with Bedford County Schools. And it's
how fast do you think you can run that in?
I'm gonna sit in the walk category. Now my daughter is a runner, and she
can run in it then.
Yes,
okay,
but I'm going to sit in the walk category.
Now the foundation, I know, because every year Dr. Garrett invites you guys to come out for the kickoff she has with all the teachers.
Yes.
And you guys do teacher grants.
Yes, the foundation supports a teacher grant program, and so last year I believe that there were I want to say that there were 10 projects that were awarded, Scott. And these projects are, to give you an example, Thomas Magnet School did a project called One Book, One School. And so the entire school was reading the same book at the same time on their level, and the bigs were working with the littles, and it really builds a sense of community within the school. And then I think other projects that have been funded include certain classroom equipment, but these are things that are outside the normal budget that teachers would like to implement in their classroom, but just don't have the additional funds for it.
And so you guys, I know folks donate to the foundation.
Yes.
If anybody wants to donate to the foundation, they can call the partnership.
They can call the partnership, or they can visit our website online. You can give online.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you guys have a great website with a ton of information on it, and I don't remember what the website is.
Shelbyville-Bedford.com.
That's easy. Shelbyville.bedford.com. Folks, go there. There's plethora. Okay, let me see now how. That's Plethora. Thank producer Brandon for that.
Thank you, Brandon.
He's listened to me for like 5 years talk about that and not being able to spell it. He got tired of it. A larger excess amount of something. But you guys do have a plethora of great information on there, good background on your staff and everything else. So, folks, I'd encourage you to go to that. Somebody asked me about it the other day and wanted to go to it. And I knew at the time where it was, and then I forgot. But go to that, get the information. We are out of time, Kelly, but we appreciate you coming in. Is there anything else you want to add before we go off the air?
Thanks to our collective community for all the work that everyone rallies together to do to move Bedford forward.
Well, folks, you and your people, you got a great team there at the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, and we look forward to you doing so many good things in so many different areas. I mean, it's a lot going on. I know that. You guys never get bored there, but in partnering in those partnerships, and that's why it's called a partnership.
That's right.
You partner with so many different, whether it's education or industry, whoever it is, government, making things happen here in Bedford County. You guys do a great job, and I know folks appreciate that. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, the only locally owned radio station in Bedford County. Until next time.
At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, directly across from the U.S. Post Office. 931-684-2020.
Isn't it time you had a good night's sleep? People at their best get their beauty rest with a personalized Simmons Beauty Rest sleep experience from Kincaid's, who's always been your hometown source for top-notch customer care. From inner spring and plush to the luxurious Beauty Rest Harmony Collection, featuring pocketed coil technology designed to restore your sleep with individualized support. Call Kincaid's at 931-684-5662 and get your beauty rest with impressive selection of Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses today.